The doors.
That's character.
I'd like for one.
Okay, let's call it order. According to per ORS 192.610 to 192.690. And per ORS 192.650, this meeting is being recorded. Let's start with the invocation by Captain Gabriel. Father,
We want to, first of all, thank you for each career officer, volunteer who has taken upon themselves to serve the community through the fire department. We are grateful for their service and for that of their families. We thank you that whether on the road, on fire sites or medical intervention, where they face dangerous situations, you have always brought them back safely. We've come this evening to take stock, to organize, to confer together on the best ways to accomplish the tasks you have put in our hearts to accomplish in order to best serve the community. The decisions we make affect the lives of the people we desire to serve, so we humbly ask that you lead and guide us in those things which we have set ourselves to discuss tonight. Help us to speak with truth and integrity. Help us to best use the equipment that the community has entrusted us with. Help us to value and respect each and every person we work with and for. In the name of Jesus, we ask these things. Amen.
amen. Thank you, Gabriel. Flag salute is next. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who's the roll call? Paul Miller here. Matthew Silver,
Here.
Matt Day,
Here.
Ken Oliver,
Here.
and John's here. Is there any changes to the agenda? Business meeting B1, accounts payable. And first, we had a little change there. There was a discrepancy in the amount on the reimbursement check. You want to explain that, Nikki?
Yes, there's a reimbursement for Tony Hadid and it was entered in at the wrong amount. We've corrected it. It is actually $440.
What was it?
I put it in at 128 because it was reimbursement number 128.
Oh, okay.
It was a simple mistake. I could say the same thing. Number 128 was right alongside it. Motion to pay Reliance Connect and Day Wireless bill.
I'll make a motion that we pay the Reliance Connects and Day Wireless bill.
I'll second it.
So back up just a little bit.
There's no Day Wireless.
You what?
There's no Day Wireless bill. But
All of.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was a Reliance bill. but
There was a
Reliance.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Just to
the-
put a conflict, make sure that you vocalize.
There's another,
Yeah,
like the,
There's another conflict?
yes, Nick Vago.
Okay, yeah, so is that one that wasn't listed? Okay,
Not on the agenda in my check batch yet.
okay, yeah, I hadn't seen it, I'm glad you brought that up, yeah, so
I've got it here. I was gonna bring it
we'll
up.
bring it, yeah, okay.
So we start with Reliance Connect in.
I'll make a motion that we pay the Reliance Connects bill.
I second it.
And all in favor?
Yeah, I abstain.
You abstain, okay?
Yes.
Motion passes then. I should have did individual, though. I'm still
It's new.
used to another organization.
Okay.
Okay. The next is the bill for Nick Vago production.
So I'll declare a conflict of interest on that bill.
We have a motion to pay that bill?
I make a motion, we pay Nick.
I'll second.
Okay. Matt? You know that's right. Ken?
What, I just said,
Oh, that's right. Get this right, okay.
Matt can vote, yeah.
And you gonna vote
Yes.
for it?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm a yes.
I'll abstain, yeah.
Okay. Next on B2, accept the February 18th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from last month.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Day,
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Have you so?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Minutes are accepted. B3 item is strategic plan update and fire chief.
Time out, John, you jumped ahead one. We still have to pay all.
Oh, the other bill, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of that. So all other bills as presented, do we have a motion to pay those?
I'll make a motion to pay the rest of the bill.
I'll second it.
All seconds. Day,
Yes.
Matthew Silva,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Thank you for catching that.
No problem.
Okay, chief, you're up next.
Yeah, strategic plan. Last week we had Fitch and Associates here for 3 days.
Wait a minute, we gotta approve the minutes.
You just did.
We did that.
You already did.
Yeah, you had to go back on the.
Okay, all right. No, I mean, we're all good around, okay.
We'll get it here.
Okay.
Fitch and Associates was here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Myself, Chief Smith, Fire Marshal Poet, Chief Alto, Chief Aldridge, Finance Manager Meyer, Lieutenant Corporal and Lieutenant Hadid all participated in all 3 days, long days of sitting in here and taking a lot of notes and a lot of exercises, to basically complete that in-person session with, our consultants. There was the, community luncheon, which seemed to be well received and well participated. A lot of people showed up for that, so that was great. But now is the, the hard part for me and for the rest of them, because we actually have to put all that into one document, and so that's where we're at right now. I was kind of hopeful that maybe in April, probably May, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more like June. That's probably gonna be a more realistic date to actually see something come out of that. But a lot of information there to sort through. Basically, we come up with our pillars, which is training, operations, recruitment, retention, prevention, administration, and then objectives go with each one of those for each year throughout the 5-year period of this plan. So we'll see where it takes us. We did come up with good new mission, values, and vision statement. So far, those are probably the most solid thing that we've come out of that with. Everybody's really happy with that, so that guides us along the way, and we're excited to at least have that big piece of it done. So more to come, but that's where we are right now. And like I said, I don't expect a final product until maybe June, but I'm more interested in making sure we get it right. So if we have to push it out longer, I will absolutely push it out longer. But I don't want to push it because we think we have to get it done, type of thing.
Are they done gathering information?
For the most part, yeah.
Who all did they do interviews with all the staff and parish volunteers? I mean, I know they did with the board.
Yeah, they did a survey that was put out internally for all the members. And so of that, we have 48 people on the roster, no, more than 48. 52 people, I think, on the roster, 62, sorry. 62 people on the roster, 31 people returned. So we had basically 50% participation in that, which is really good.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it, yeah. But that was actually, for what they said, for what they normally get, that was like amazing. They don't really get that kind of return.
So
Wow.
that's kind of odd.
I thought it would have been much
With
more than that.
feedback from more people.
So anyway, basically half of the people participated, and it was nothing new to us, same story. We need facilities, we want equipment, all that kind of thing. We need to increase our staffing. List goes on of the things that we always talk about, so. Yeah, no surprises came out of that, no big surprises out of what we brought to the table for those 3 days. It was just a matter of how do we put that into one document that can push us ahead.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, chief. The B4 is board policy about board meetings, public comment. And we've been on this for a couple of months. I think we have everything updated. Does anybody have any more questions or anything to add to that?
No.
Do we have a-
Everything was addressed.
What's that?
Everything was addressed.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So should we have a motion to pass that new policy?
I'll make a motion to pass the board meeting public comment policy.
Okay, Ken's,
I'll second it.
Paul second. Okay, Paul,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Matthew?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a yes. Next item on the agenda is the auditor proposal. And that'll be by Finance Manager Nikki Meyer.
Yes. So we received 6 proposals for auditing services for the next 3 fiscal years. The chief and I reviewed all 6 proposals and we agreed on our recommendation to you all. Our recommendation is Acuity LLC, and they have considerable experience within the fire district in Oregon, specifically Oregon. There's 25 fire districts on their list. They prioritize their clients and their care. They have probably the clearest, most concise proposal out of all of them. Their pricing is straight across the board, $18,000 each fiscal year. Out of the 6 proposals, the pricing ranged from $10,000 to $60,700. So Acuity comes in as the financially wise decision for us.
Yeah, I think that's our best way to go. That was really, I'm glad it turned out that way, because that's really the one I wanted to see us get.
Right.
So it's a change from what we've had here since I've been here, and I think before, which we were looking for change last time and nobody's put in for it. This time we got a good response.
Yeah, I was surprised 6,
Yeah.
because last year we had nobody.
Yeah.
And I think that it's smart to change it
Right.
once in a while. We just,
Definitely.
we've been going with the same group for quite a while, and I think we need to.
Our last one offered, they said if you're looking for somebody new, we get it. A lot of places want to do that, but if nobody puts in, we'll do it again for you. But
Yeah.
if you're looking for new, we won't bother. So
How much was the last? A year? How much were we paying last year?
9,000.
Oh, so we doubled.
Well, that was a contract that we signed 3 years ago too.
And that's an important the board discussed years ago after our issue to change auditors every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
That's important.
But do you have any questions for the finance management? Do we need an motion sheet to accept that?
yeah, motion to accept it. It's a big contract over 3 years.
Okay.
Relatively speaking.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire the Acuity as the auditor.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Let's vote on it then. Ken,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Yes.
Matthew, and yes for me. Okay. Next on the item is our next vacation tool purchase. And DC Smith will introduce us to that.
Sure. This has been a couple year process. We currently have 2 sets of extrication tools on 2 different engines. And through maintenance and out of service time, the set that was on engine 333 is like, call it the first gen of battery operated tools. We kept having problems with that. The vendor who at the time was Chris Mills and his repair group was like, this is really old, not supported anymore. We still have some parts for it, but you're at risk of being out of service because pretty soon you're gonna need new cutter jaws and stuff like that. So we started a pre-plan for the next budget year to acquire a new set of tools, the new gen of tools, battery operated, keep consistent with equipment. So for the 24-25 capital outlay plan, we budgeted a 50-50 split between the district and the Volunteer Firefighters Association Rescue Memorial Fund. And we went ahead and voted for those tools And it comes out to about $26,000 shared cost between the district and the volunteer association. And so,
52,000 total.
yeah, 52,000 total. And what I've included in that package was, they didn't have a stabilization kit. We don't have two of them. So two engines were different. So I included, some stabilization, equipment to go with this new purpose. So we have 3 full sets.
What happened to the old set? What will we do with it?
Well, there's not, there was only a couple grand for, trading in those tools. It wasn't really worth it. I could probably get more for off of Gov deals. But, Chief Aldridge requested that we keep the tools for like what can we use up in George Station. I'm supportive of that as long as they don't cost us a lot in maintenance.
Yeah.
So I have a question, you know, I see these as being essential tools. How come the district can't absorb all the cost of them?
The district can. The volunteer association has a pretty healthy fund there, and they're looking for a way to spend that money. And it's by their, I think by their bylaws, it has to go to this kind of a project.
Okay.
That rescue more fund is designated to
Okay.
purchase.
We've been working on this for a better part of a year on how
All right,
to
all right, all
bring
right.
it together.
Yeah.
Rescue more fund's been around since,
Yeah.
how long ago? Before you?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go back that far.
Well, you kind of do.
What line item did you say was under on the budget?
So that's under the capital outlay. We have the same book that I have. It's in tab 4 under general fund capital outlay fiscal year 24-25. It's under firefighting equipment.
For budget
Oh, I'm-
overview, it is under the capital expenses. Capital outlay, and it would be 7009 firefighting equipment. So we budgeted 49,400. We've spent 11,799. There's a remaining 37,600. However, we also haven't spent a lot of money in the capital budget.
You think we'll spend the remainder of that toward the end of the year?
We'll,
Fiscal
yeah,
year?
we'll definitely take a bigger bite out of it as we get closer to the end of the year.
Any other questions? Thanks, Chief Smith. Go to staff committee report, Chief O'Connor.
You still have to approve that first.
Oh, we do? Oh, that's right, yeah, so. Okay, we need a motion to, purchase this excavation.
I'll make a motion to purchase
We
the.
have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Yes.
Matthew,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Okay, Chief, you're up next.
Appreciate your enthusiasm to get here. 145 incidents for the month of February. I got the other stats on there, which didn't change a whole lot from previous months. Had Dr. Stone did his case reviews here, which he'd have to do for us, I think, February. So he was here in February. Prevention world continues to be busy. There's 9 plan reviews between the city and the county. Various inspections. And I guess of note in that are that all the food carts in the city are now compliant with code, which that's all a new code and every one of them is now meeting. We only really have one holdout and they came around and stuff. Talked about the auditing services already. Certifications, Chief Alco's been busy with that. He had received over 20 certifications this last month for various members at different levels. We celebrated the Recruit Academy of 4 volunteers from this last year, and then we were also able to do the badge pinning for Jen Purcell and Matt Diamond, who completed their 1-year probation. Unfortunately, I missed all that, and that was out with COVID, so didn't work out for me, but I hear good things. Heard it went really well. I don't know if any of you guys made it, but
Yeah, it'll be good.
our volunteer fire inspector, Mark Johnson, had been here for over a year with us, did spend a lot of time, was hired as Canby Fire District's city fire inspector. Cody Preston is volunteer of the month. And then, it's been an awful influenza season. It's been making the rounds in this place, and I think everybody here has been sick to some degree in the last month or two. It's been pretty wicked. I have been working with, Oregon Representative Jamie Kate, trying to get some funding included, in some proposed legislation, which we could potentially get up to $500,000. Not overly optimistic, but there's possibilities. So I've made a request for money for, the building addition, a new brush engine, some EMS things in there. So we'll see where it goes. But, just something I'm working on, kind of a side project. And firework planning continues to go on. We're looking for donations to make it happen, because otherwise it doesn't happen without donations. So if you can help out, please do. Go to the website. We've got a page on there. There's a QR reader, there's a PayPal thing, all that goes direct to that fireworks account that has been set up by the Volunteer Association.
You still take checks?
We'll still take checks. We'll take your money whatever way you want to give it. With that, I'll turn it over to finance.
Before we go there, Chief, I had one question under, plans review. Is the Royal Mart car wash, is that this car wash here, or do we have a new one coming?
I believe we have a new one coming.
Interesting.
Yeah, up at, past the high school there. They changed the name there recently, Marathon, I think.
Yeah.
Used to be a Shell. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're putting in,
behind the gas.
they're, yeah, they're proposing a mini mart, car wash, all that.
Oh, that lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about the mini mart, but I seen this car wash.
yeah.
Thank you.
So where is that at?
By the old Shell,
The old Shell station
by Wade Creek.
at the end of Sixth Street where you turn to go the
Oh,
old highway.
corner there?
That's that Marathon station now.
Yeah.
They're gonna put a convenience store and a car wash
Yeah.
behind it. Yeah.
Right now it's just fuel, but they're supposed to be adding to it, or they want to. They gotta get through the
So
process.
what's happening with the laundromat? Is there gonna be a laundromat?
It is.
Yeah, to remodel or
Yeah,
rework, whatever they're doing.
yeah, okay. Just
We
wondering.
did piping and,
Yeah. they're
It's a
doing
lot.
that whole thing. Okay.
I heard, I don't know, but they're gonna be washer and dryer the same unit.
I've heard of that.
That's a new thing coming out. Any other questions? Okay, we can go to the finance manager.
All right, I have a couple memos in the packet for you. The first one was a spontaneous audit that the chief conducted on our finances. He's actually done this quite a few times, he's just never got. When we arrive, they'll be able to see that chief does audit my financials, and we went through every single transaction, every expense that we made. There were a few things that we changed around, but overall, nothing significant stood out. You have the documentation there. The second memo is the 25-26 value growth estimates. We have a 7 to 7.5% estimate and growth, which is a growth from last year.
Is that a growth in dollars or a growth in our population?
Estimated growth and assessed value,
Assessed value.
which equates to a increase for us.
Okay.
It was really high the first year I was here, and then it's ticked down since, and now it's dumping back up.
Last year it was at 6 to 6.5, so this year 7 to 7.5. We are in the middle of March. At the end of March, we'll be ending out the third quarter, entering our fourth quarter of the budget. As of right now, we have 85% of our resources and revenues that we budgeted for the fiscal year. We're at 43% of all expenditures that we've budgeted for. So we're doing well with bringing in money, and we're doing well with not spending money. So that's nice. Wanted to tell you about the money that we've given out to our volunteers so far through February. We've given out $14,460 in SAFER stipends, $5,925 in DO stipends, $43,153 in student stipends. These are cash payments to our volunteers. And then additionally, $60,500 has been contributed to the LoSAP program for all of our vested volunteers. So that's $124,038 that we have given to our volunteers so far this fiscal year. And that's amazing, and I'm really proud of it.
Very nice.
Excellent.
I'd be happy to answer if anybody has any questions.
More questions? Next, we go to public comment. And when are we gonna start next month, signing in or registering online? If there's any public comments? Since we've got,
Yeah, it'll start next month.
okay, thanks. Anybody from the audience?
Will you just share an overview since there's like some new faces in the building tonight? Will you share an overview of what the public comment policy is moving forward starting next week?
Yes, what it'll be, people will sign in, so we know who's gonna beforehand. And they can sign in on land. It's kind of like the city hall is. And then you have 2 minutes or 3, 3 minutes to speak. And if there's a large crowd, say 10, 15, 5 people that want to speak on the same subject, we'll be asking them to assign one person to speak on that subject. And then we can ask questions. The board can answer questions. So I think that's pretty well it in a nutshell. We wanted to get a little more control over it, so.
We didn't have a public comment policy in place. I just felt the need to in the event of, otherwise, we could be here for a long time.
Yeah, I was here for the meeting that we started talking about it, but I think I missed one in there where the decision was made.
It hasn't been an issue, but
Yeah.
preempting.
It's good.
Doesn't look like there's any comment. On to board comments. Go ahead, Matt.
So I am not gonna be running again for the board of directors. I think it's good to have change and fresh blood in, and I think we have a couple good candidates that they're gonna run going forward, but I would like to say, I'm really proud of what we've done. And this group and both firefighters and the chief and this restart it's been an honor to be part of, and I'm just really proud of the whole organization. I think it's done good, and hopefully I can find some other capacity to serve in going forward. So thank you for letting me participate.
Thank you for your
We'll probably
input.
have an opening on the budget committee here pretty soon.
We do that.
Reading my mind.
When did your term up, Matt?
I think it's June 30th or something.
Yeah.
So,
This year or next?
This year.
Oh, wow, okay,
Him and Matthew, or,
okay. Any correspondence? I think there was in the back page, I think. Is there? No, I guess there wasn't. That was my. Yeah, items, anybody got any community items?
or breakfast. Come up.
It was last
Yeah,
week.
No, it's here Saturday.
Oh, that's right, it's here Saturday. Thanks, chief, for the reminder. I'm gonna be here, but I didn't wanna tell anybody else. I'm kidding.
You wanna make sure you got the tall stack of cakes, huh?
I don't think of anything else. The next breakfast, of course, is the first Saturday in May, or April at Springwater Green. And, the next meeting will be held on April 15th, 2025 at 6 p.m. If nobody has anything else, we'll adjourn this meeting at 6:29. Thank you all for coming, and thank you staff for putting this thing together, makes it easier.